My name is Erica Mitchell. I'm the Executive Vice President, Chief Community Impact Officer for United Way of Greater Nashville.
My name is Stephen Francescan. I'm the Community Relations Manager with Piedmont Natural Gas in Tennessee.
So the mission of United Way of Greater Nashville is to unite the community and then mobilize resources so that every child, every individual, every family can thrive. I think that we lived into that mission exponentially because the community required it. I cannot say enough about our financial assistance network. It's a group of partners that grew. It swelled from about 35-ish members to about 80 nonprofit organizations by the end of 2020.
After our initial business response to the tornado, we had to look at how we were going to be able to support the community and the individuals that were affected by this natural disaster. And pretty quickly, we were able to decide that we wanted to work with CRC and Hands On Nashville from historically what they've been able to do and how they've been able to address and help with these issues.
We have an extraordinary nonprofit community. Donors, corporate partners, individual donors, all coming together and saying, we are not going to leave our neighbors behind. We are not going to allow people to fall through the cracks. And so literally in less than 9 months, almost $60 million pushed out into the community to meet all kinds of needs. The first need was all around keeping people stable and in their homes. People were afraid that they were going to become homeless. And again, the community said, we're not going to allow that to happen.
The additional dollars that Duke Energy invested into our community here in Nashville truly made all the difference. Without them authorizing some of the emergency funding, we would have not been able to address the Nashville tornadoes like we were able to. After all the challenges Nashville faced in 2020, it was a great feeling to be able to work for a company as Piedmont Natural Gas and give back into the community where we live, work, and serve. So after the tornado started and the rest of 2020 happened, almost immediately the Duke Energy Foundation opened up with additional funding where we were able to address some of these issues that you just cannot foresee coming about in 1 year.
So much of that work in Davidson County was very specific to rent, mortgage, utilities, continuing to meet that housing gap because that was such a need and continues to be a need in the community. And then the state cares work was all about all of those expenses that nonprofit organizations had incurred because they had pivoted. They had made that adjustment in 2020 to continue providing services to clients, to people who were in need. And so these were all expenses that were unbudgeted. They hadn't planned for it because no one anticipated that they would have to have telehealth services. So providing those services for the organization, we did an internal shift. We literally shifted about 10, 15 people within our team who became part of the process for ensuring that we could handle all the administrative tasks that were on board. I go back to that mission of uniting the community and mobilizing resources. And I think that through the CARES work, through the COVID Response Fund, all of that work sits very much in the center of what it looks like to operationalize that mobilizing, that uniting.
To be able to address some of those issues and help some of the nonprofits help others, it was a great way to continue support through non-traditional means. It felt great to know that those dollars were going to a good cause and being used appropriately.
We have an incredibly resilient community. We are in an extraordinary space. It makes you very proud to be a part of it.